Welcome back. I haven't heard from you guys in a little bit. It's so crazy because last year at this same time, I was actually just moving into this apartment from moving out of a hotel. And I was reading for Scorpio at the time. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth and transitions. I am a Scorpio rising, so you guys, I come off as a Scorpio, but I am a Virgo sun, okay? But I'm saying that to say, y'all got some new feelings coming in this year at this time. Last year at this time, Scorpios were feeling like they were trying to get new, find new parts of themselves that were undiscovered, and kind of trying to do things differently than what they've known all this time, right? But now it's a completely different energy. It's like the complete 180 of that. And it's almost like you guys are like in your power, as in, like, obviously it's your season, you're in your power, but last year you were trying to be something other than what you are to learn, right, about yourself. But this year you're comfortable in who you are, and that's the energy I'm picking up on right now. The what we're looking for in this reading is hidden messages, or hidden messages that need to pop up for you, Scorpio. So let's get right into it. I cut to the part of your deck, to the part of the deck, my oracle deck, that said, well, at the top it says, "Don't stop your shine for no one," and the other one was like, "I am whole." So basically, I'm picking up on the energy of wholeness for you, Scorpio, and not stopping your shine for nobody. It's almost like, Scorpio, you found who you are through trying to be what you were not, right? Trying to explore things that you felt like perhaps you needed to do in order. I guess you guys were tempted to people please, and if that wasn't the case before, like last year around this time, you could have been in a space where either you were trying to people please, or everyone wasn't loving you for who you are, but now people are loving you for who the hell you are, starting with your damn self, Scorpio. So, sirens going up for Scorpio. So this is a new emotion for you guys with the Ace of Cups at the bottom. This is new for you guys. Just saw 222 on the time, so it looks like we're right in the groove of the message. All right. So instead of starting with the tarot, since they're in my hand, I'm just gonna get you guys some oracle cards. See what the hidden message is. Says, "I will live my greatest life." So Scorpio, that's the energy you're in. You want to live your greatest life being yourself. Okay. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay, you guys need to pay attention to your dreams, Scorpios. Okay, there's some type of message in there for you. Under pressure. So you guys are feeling like you're under pressure for some reason. So let's go ahead and see what that could be about. Let's see what could be in your dreams for you. This tried to jump out. Pleasure tried to come out for you when I was shuffling in this, my channeled oracle deck, and in the evolution deck we have pleasure. And it's funny because a year ago when I was reading for y'all, pleasure was the topic, and it's because y'all were trying to find new ways of experiencing pleasure. It's like sex, drugs, whatever it is that y'all were into before that was bringing y'all pleasure, y'all was like over it. Y'all like, I need to do something new. I need to like try something new, right? So now you found new pleasures. You found new ways of, I think, I'm getting that you guys are finding new ways to enjoy the pleasures that you already enjoy, right? So the example that I'm really getting in my mind's eye right now is sex, right? Okay, we all love sex, or if you don't, hey, you might be asexual, okay? But I feel like you love sex, you've always loved sex, but now you're finding new things you love about sex. This is just an example. So someone could, like, say for example, you've always liked it rough, right? And now you like it gentle, you like it passionate, and that's new for you, Scorpio. And that's what I mean, like, pleasure is found in appreciating the simple things in life. So I feel like you are more, your dreams are trying to show you something about your pleasure, the way that you experience pleasure. So something in your dreams about that, we'll dig more into it. Okay, "I will live my greatest life" is kind of self-explanatory. So what is Scorpio under pressure about? If I say Virgo on accident, y'all gotta excuse me. I read for Virgo mostly, so it happens. All right. So it's you guys are under pressure and you guys need to relax. So I feel like you guys are feeling something that maybe is new to you, or you're going through something that's new to you. You're just feeling like you're under pressure about something, and you just really need to relax about the whole thing. But we'll see what that is. All right, we will be seeing what that is. So let's start with what you're under pressure about, I guess, or let's start with the sex. Let's just go in order. All right. So it feels like Scorpios, y'all really want to talk about the pressure that you're under. But y'all just gonna have to bear with me. Let's talk about the sex and the dreams and the pleasure or whatever. I keep saying sex, but sex might not be the thing. I just think it's pleasure in general coming up in your dream state. Maybe you're very diligent about experiencing pleasure, Scorpio, and your dreams are trying to show you something about that. Maybe it's how you go about seeking out the pleasure or something. That's what I'm picking up on. So I got the justice card that came out. So there's some type of justice when it comes to your pleasure, okay? Maybe you've let's just, I'm getting a lot of downloads, but I'm going to just slow it down, okay? And just let the message come through so that I can give it to you guys. But it's coming through so fast, right? Somebody could have been wronged in a place of pleasure. Like someone maybe tried to offer you pleasure at some point in your life, but it was wrong. It was like it was the wrong person that was supposed to be giving you pleasure. Maybe you could have had some type of a sexual abuse or just some type of abuse in general from somebody who abused their power in your life. And the pleasure that you were getting from it, it was like it's some type of guilt tied up in that or something. And there's justice here. Like maybe that person's getting their justice, or you could be getting justice for what happened to you or whatever, right? But there is some type of leadership here with the Prince of Wands, this fire energy. It's just a little story time coming out, just acknowledging it. And it's like you want to be the leader when it comes to your pleasure, or you want to take some type of leadership over your pleasurable self, but it's like it's all over the place. Like it's so shifty. It's almost like you feel like it's kind of out of your control and you're trying to get control of it, but maybe you feel defeated. It's almost like somebody here is like fighting to experience the pleasure the way that they want to experience. I'm picking up on heavy, like some type of heavy abuse. It's like a trauma response. It's a triggered trauma response when where you feel like someone's getting the best of you in a place of pleasure, you want to like overpower that person, and it could be because you got abused at some point in your life. And you could be trying to fight through that and against that. You could be dreaming a lot about it, about this abuse. It's like every time you go to sleep, I just see you falling into like a sea of like darkness because you know that is going to come up in your dreams. Princess of Cups here. This is you showing up in your read, Scorpio. And I feel like you just want to like regain some type of like innocence or like serendipity, like surprise. Okay? It's almost like whoever I'm talking to, you could feel like this is super deep. Whoever this is, y'all might need a personal reading. Holler at your girl, if you need that, okay? But I just feel like you want some type of like surprise or some type of lightheartedness or innocence or wonder when it comes to pleasure in your life. And maybe you're just feeling like you're just at a place where you can like allow that in. Allow some type of, it's like somebody's releasing their control of pleasure. So whoever this is, you're very controlling, I think, sexually or in anything pleasurable. It's like you like to control the pleasure. But now you're at a place where you're just now like, I think I'm gonna let somebody else do their thing. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm picking up on. And that's the temperance that I think that you know that you need. And if you're trying to figure out your dreams or why you don't want to dream, or whatever it is, it's because you need that temperance. Your subconscious mind knows what it's doing, Scorpio. I think a lot of time with Scorpios, it's like your subconscious is smarter than you almost. So you kind of have to surrender. It's like, I think it's easy for you, Scorpio, to kind of surrender to your intuition sometimes when it's helping you. But since you're a fixed sign, it's almost like you like to even try to control your own intuition. But your intuition is so powerful, Scorpio. It's doing things for you that you're not even doing for yourself. Princess of Wands is here as well. So I'm getting a lot of princess energy for you, Scorpio. Whether you're male or female, princess energy just means that the feminine part of you is newly developing. It's not just some, crazy spirit anymore. It's becoming aware of itself. It's growing into itself. So it's almost like you're growing into your newfound sense of pleasure. And what that entails, I guess, is you allowing the unknown to come into your life without being triggered, or you're trying to, and your dreams are trying to show you where you're hurt or where you're wounded so that you can be aware of it. I think that was super deep. Oh my God. Let's move on to this pressure that you're feeling, Scorpio. What is this pressure about? What is the pressure that Scorpio is experiencing? This card came out sideways. It's the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about completion. It's about tying, like ending karmic cycles. So I'm gonna give an example just to, I'm sure you can understand this, Scorpio, but somebody needs an example, so I'm gonna give one. Say for instance, every time you drive on the highway, you don't mind driving fatigued, and so you might get into a little accident, whatever, but you don't learn your lesson. You still keep driving fatigued. But one day you total your car and you realize, you know what, I think I need to stop driving fatigued, right? And so you ended that karmic cycle for yourself, and you decided, you know what, instead of keep doing this stupid thing and keep having the same result happen, I'm gonna just stop doing it so that I don't have to keep going through the same thing. That's what the Four of Wands is about. It's about fixing something that you see that circle. It's about, finding the crack in that circle or the break in that circle that keeps making you kind of do the same thing. You fix your circle so that it's a cipher that's like a healthy, revolution. Like you keep evolving instead of keep going in the same circles. So I feel like you're under pressure to evolve. You're under pressure to choose your community. I almost see like somebody, like, should I go down this path or should I go down that path, and you're confused about which way you should take. But you really feel like your subconscious, Scorpio, is like doing so much work for you, but your earthly self, your earthbound self, is trying to go in the opposite direction. But your intuition is like, nah, we on this path, and we are grounded to this path, right? So it's like you're subconsciously putting your anchor down, grounding yourself and anchoring yourself, but your physical body is like still being tempted to like kind of do the same shit over and over, I guess. So you're feeling under pressure maybe about like allowing the change to take hold in your life. You're already changing, I think, but you feel under pressure for some reason. Can we clarify this Six of Wands sideways? That have Six of Wands. Can we clarify it? Yeah, it's judgment, and judgment tried to come out. It came out in the upright, then fell sideways. Scorpio, you guys are making a judgment call about things in your life, but it's almost like you're nervous about it. You guys are a fixed sign, meaning you guys like to be set in your ways. You feel like you've come exactly how you need to be, and there's no need for you to really change that. But the beautiful thing about being a fixed sign in this life is I think like just based off my thoughts, and my theories, I think that in this life we're learning literally how to be the opposite of what we are. So we're literally learning through our opposition. And I think there's something within us that knows that we need to like be best friends and lock arms with our opposition so that we can understand ourselves more. And I feel like you guys are coming to new realizations. You're making new judgment calls about shit. I can't make it up. The death card is at the bottom of the deck. That's you, Scorpio, showing up in your own damn reading. Like, hey, here I am. Subconsciously, you know you need to go through a rebirth. It's almost like you need to not be fixed. You need to not be fixed as a fixed sign. That's what you are. So it's no real changing that, but it's about having the willpower to change that, if that makes sense. Sounds crazy, but that's what you're experiencing. It's almost like you are making a judgment about things that you have been set on your whole life. I'll give you an example. These are just silly examples that I'm getting. Say, for example, you only eat this one kind of cereal. It's your favorite cereal. You love it. You don't see a need to eat any other kind of cereal because you just know you don't like it. You've tried all the cereals. You like this cereal. But you There's a new cereal that comes out and you're like, damn. You eat it and it tastes amazing. It tastes better than the cereal you've been eating. Okay? And I think Scorpio, you're scared because you're like, if I eat this new cereal, I'm gonna love it more than my regular cereal. What the fuck does this mean for my whole life? Like, I thought all cereals were just whack at this point. This is a dumbass example, by the way. Just know that. It's just see the point of the example. You guys have found something that's better than what you've known, I think, and that is troubling you. You making the judgment call about that is troubling you. I think you're fearful that it's going to change you, but it's not changing you at all. It's just literally helping you to understand yourself better or something. Oh, I just got another example. Thank you, Spirit. This will probably resonate for somebody on a more personal, deeper level. But I just got the Adams family. For some reason, Scorpio, when y'all have been coming up in my mind's eye lately, I've been getting the Adams family. But that's because y'all crazy and y'all kooky, mysterious and spooky, and that's just who you are, and y'all own that. The Adams family owns their spookiness, and that's how you are. So it's like when the Adams family moved. There's a animated version of the Adams family that came out, and it's on Hulu. I watched it, recently, and they moved into this new house because they wanted a home. Their subconscious knew that they had to like settle down somewhere, so they chose this home. It happened to be in this area where they were starting this whole new town down in their town, and these people were the opposite of them. They were not spooky. They didn't like change. They didn't like darkness and weirdness and blah. But at the end of the movie, basically, the Addams family saw like we don't have to change ourselves for them to make them like us, but we have to learn how to accept them for who they are. They're not kooky. They're not different. They're light and happy, and they like to dance and sing and wear bright colors and paint their house bright colors, right? So it's almost like you accepting things about other people or something, Scorpio. I don't know. It's like you feel under pressure to make a judgment call about your own life and your own community that you've chosen. It's almost like you chose something for yourself, you were fine with it, but now you're changing your mind about it and you feel scared about that. It's almost like you're guarded, even. You're guarded towards the change that you're going through. You feel like you're having some type of loss. You feel like you're losing yourself because you're discovering something new about yourself. But for some of you, I feel like it's making you feel empowered, but for others of you, it's you're having a difficulty about this. This is a very deep and intricate message. That's why I love reading for Scorpio. I hated Scorpios until I realized I was a Scorpio rising, and I'm like, damn, that's why I have such a problem with Scorpio energy, because I don't understand it. And now I feel like I understand Scorpio so much, or Scorpio energy so much. So I love it. I recognize it as a part of myself as well, and it just is what it is. Some of you guys feel entrapped or imprisoned by this knowing. It's almost like whatever you learned about yourself or whatever, you feel imprisoned by it for some reason. Why is that the case? I really want to understand this, but I'd be sitting here for hours. 10 of Wands, you feel oppressed by what you've learned. You feel oppressed by something. Like it's like a discovery of yourself. I don't know. You feel burdened about, I guess, existing as an individual in this new space. So it's almost like you've identified yourself in a new way and you want to live through that, but you're afraid to. You're so afraid to. Why? Why is Scorpio afraid to be who they see themselves as? I think you're just afraid of movement. You're afraid of change. And that's crazy, Scorpio, because everything about you is change. You're the sign that loves change, right? But since you're a fixed sign, I think that could sometimes cause some dissonance. But I feel like whatever this change is, it's almost like it's too great for you. For somebody, it's too great, or it feels too great. It's almost like you're afraid to move on. You're afraid to go to the next phase of your life. Why are they afraid to go to the next phase of their life? Because they know it's love there. Wow. Y'all know that it's love and happiness there, and somebody here is afraid to be loved and afraid to be happy. Someone self-sabotaging themselves. Somebody here specifically is just going through growing pains. growing pains. You're growing and you're changing, and it's painful. It's different. It's new, and I think that's very triggering for you. It's like a fish out of water. It's like you know going to live on the surface for the first time. What energy would it help Scorpio to? I'm gonna put that back. What energy would it help Scorpio to be in order to like kind of facilitate this change and allow this change in spirit? What energy would it help Scorpio to be in? You guys got the same cards that flew out. I can't. Y'all like I already know. I already know what you asking. I know what I want to say. I love that. So you guys got Marlene Dietrich. What I love about you guys pulling this card is because when I pull it, when I first got this deck, I didn't know who Marlene Dietrich was, but I did. I read it out of the book or whatever that came with the deck, and it basically let us know that she's an old Hollywood star. Her mom was jealous, like jealous of her, wanted to use her. Like she was just beautiful, and she came from wealth, and she just kind of was came already ready for the job, and she just kind of did what she wanted to do. She wasn't this kind of person that needed fame and needed money. She just came into it being how she was already. She was wild and fun. She slept with women. She slept with men. She had a great time. She just is who she is, okay? It says dress for yourself, not for a lover or occasion. So be who you are, Scorpio. Dress how the fuck you want to dress. Don't dress for your lover or for your friends. You need to do what you want to do. Somebody here has been people pleasing, okay? And now that you figured out that you've been doing that, somebody's afraid to not live for others and live for themselves, you know? Somebody's afraid of themselves, right? It says once you've forgiven your lover, get them to reheat the sin. So whoever has hurt you, allow them to right those wrongs, Scorpio. You deserve justice. Whoever, harmed you in your childhood or your past and did not, didn't say sorry, whoever that person was or those situation was that really like scarred you, allow that person to fix it. You grow past it, right? That's what I'm getting. It's the friends you call after hours that matter. So whoever is there for you, Scorpio, in your time of need, okay, those are the people who matter the most to you. And you might even be self-sabotaging those relationships, but those are the people who really matter and who are really there for you, really. You might be running away from that. That's what I'm picking up on. Somebody might be having some real hard stomach problems, or y'all gut is just churning as y'all hearing this message because it's almost like the truth really scares you. Someone is terrified of living, truly, truly, in their honesty, right? To have the heart of a man and the body of a woman. So that speaks for itself for somebody. Have the heart of a man and the body of a woman. I would rather be a beggar and single than a queen and married. A clear and innocent conscience fears nothing. So it's like your fear, like whoever this message is for, this is heavy for somebody. A clear and innocent conscience fears nothing. So I think Spirit wants you to know, uh, Scorpio, that you are feeling guilty about something that has nothing to do with you. Okay, you could be acting, whoever you are now, you could be acting from a place of like hurt and trauma. And I think you're afraid to live outside of that hurt and that trauma. And I think that you blame yourself for the things you're doing from that hurt and trauma when you really should be blaming the person who inflicted trauma upon you and realize that you going through that was not your fault. You don't have to live through that lens. I think that's what your heart and your soul is trying to show you. Like, hey, Scorpio, we've been abused this whole time. We don't want to operate from abuse anymore. It's almost like y'all soul is crying to you. Your higher self is crying to you. Your intuition is crying to you, Scorpio, to allow yourself to heal. Some Scorpio here is afraid to heal, terrified to heal. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. I really hope that helped. Let me pull something from the Affirm Actions deck, something that may help you during this transition. The master of transition is have a hard time transitioning. Who would have known? It says, my faith is bolder and louder than my fear. So it just is what it is. You have to be bigger than fear. Don't let, I'm not going to tell you not to let fear, control you, Scorpio. But just know that what you're fighting is your own fear. That is what's hidden from you. I hope that helped, and I hope you guys choose to join the family. I'm gonna be reading for Scorpios your whole birthday season. So happy birthday to all the Scorpios. Whoever had a birthday, who's about to have a birthday, happy birthday. Join the family. Hit the bell so that you can get the notifications. Because even after your season, I'm still going to be reading for your sign twice a month. You're going to be getting reads from me twice a month. So join the fam if you want to. I love you guys. Hope you have a great day, great birthday, great season. Get in your power and say, fuck that fear. Stare that fear in the face and say, fuck you, fear. All right? I'll see you guys later. Bye.